This podcast is a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to find out more. Hey guys, Mike here. This is a little bonus episode. Our post coming soon, by the way, but I did want to do just a little episode because you may have seen online on the news that there is a Harry Potter TV series that has been greenlit by HBO and that is currently being developed. J.K. Rowling may be on board as well. I just did a little video on my YouTube channel, and a bit of cross promotion here. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Radio Mike, for pop culture based videos most days. But I did a little video there talking about why I think we should take this with a grain of salt and why I think it might not actually be happening. And two, why I think even if it is happening, why I think it's a bad idea for the franchise to do it. So what I've done here is I've just actually cut up the audio from the video and put it after me speaking right now. Or you can go to the channel and watch the video. But yeah, because it's Harry Potter related, I decided I wanted to put it on this feed as well. So these are my thoughts, and this is the audio from the video. You'll notice it does sound a little bit different to how I usually speak, but that's because I'm speaking for a YouTube video as opposed to a podcast. But yeah, hope you enjoy. Hey guys, Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe for weekly pop culture videos like this one. You may have heard in the news today that HBO has greenlit a Harry Potter live action series with each season of the show focusing on one of the book's stories. But in this video, I'm going to talk about why you should take this with a grain of salt and why I really don't think that this is going to happen. So let's talk about it. So don't get me wrong, I do think this is a really fun idea. It's a really good idea. And as someone who grew up loving Harry Potter and someone who is a fan of the Harry Potter franchise, I want to see more Harry Potter. I want to see more of these characters in this world, and I love the franchise, right? It's like my generation's Star Wars. It is huge. We all love it. But I really think we need to think critically about what this would mean, what essentially rebooting the entire franchise would mean for Harry Potter moving forward. Because of course, at the moment in cinema in particular, nostalgia, Easter eggs, and universe building is all the rage, okay? Marvel has proved this time and time again. You build a world of movies, it just works. And Marvel have done it the best. We've seen it happening for over 10 years now, maybe 15 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that's now being injected into TV and various other media forms. And many franchises have tried to copycat this, most notably maybe DC. We also had the Universal Monsters try to be rebooted with the Mummy movie, which failed completely. The Monsterverse with Godzilla, and several others, including spinning off the Harry Potter movies with the Fantastic Beasts franchise, which was not very successful for Warner Brothers. And admittedly, Warner Brothers have shown that their skill in generating hype or carefully planning these universes isn't great with the comparable failure of the DC superhero universe. Marvel really had a plan and it really worked for them. But of course, with a franchise as big, as popular, and as profitable as Harry Potter, they would really want to do something with that to continue generating income. But here's why I think rebooting the franchise entirely is actually a really bad idea. Look at this trio. Look at Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson, right? Look at those three together. They are surely the most iconic trio in my generation's history. Them standing together has so much star power. And I do think it is a very risky and drastic move for Warner Brothers to totally reboot them, cast new actors so soon after the originals. Like, okay, granted, it has now been the last film was 2011, so it's now been 12 years since the film's finished, and we haven't had on-screen appearances from the core three actors or any of them in character since then. But there is still so much star power in those three as Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Not to mention the various other actors, Tom Felton's Malfoy, Matthew Lewis as Neville Longbottom. These are iconic roles that we grew up with. And I realized that starting all over again does have its benefits, right? You can do a TV series, flesh it out even more. But the particular worry for me is recasting it and asking a generation of people to lose the legacy actors and fall in love with a brand new group of actors. I think it's risky and I think it's really drastic because unlike franchises like, say, Star Wars, where 40 years after the original Star Wars movie, they can bring Mark Hamill back as Luke Skywalker in that universe as an older Luke, right? They can do that because it's the same character. Maybe he hasn't appeared in 40 years, but they can write him into this new movie. They can't do that with Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. If they reboot the continuity, it totally means they're going all in on a new cast and going, forget about the old cast. It is so unlikely that they would try to concurrently do two separate Harry Potter continuities. I mean, it could happen, but to me, it just feels so unlikely and also just such a strange decision to make that feels like a marketing nightmare. So, by making this new series, recasting 3 new kids as our main roles, alongside an entire new cast of new actors for other fan favorite characters like Dumbledore, Snape, Lockhart, all of these characters, Hagrid, that we've grown to love over the years because of their actors. Yes, some of them are dead, but I don't think that matters, particularly because it's so soon after those movies, right? Having a brand new cast and expecting this generation of people who love the original cast to fall in love with that new cast feels very risky. And again, rules out any chance of Daniel Radcliffe ever reappearing as Harry Potter. Because if you recast Harry Potter now as a new unknown kid and do 7 seasons of a TV show where that kid grows up in front of our eyes, it feels very weird then to do a new Harry Potter movie, book, whatever, entrance into the franchise there where Daniel Radcliffe is then Harry Potter. Because then you've raised a new generation of people on a new Harry Potter. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like Marvel either, where you could do like a multiverse thing where there's 2 Harry Potter. It's just, I don't think it's the same framework we're working with here, which is why I think this is a bad idea. Because losing the core 3 actors and all of the secondary actors around that and recasting them does huge damage to the legacy of this franchise. And I genuinely believe the power of nostalgia, the power of this generation of people with money that would pay lots of money to see these 3 play their characters again, to see all these people play their characters again, and annoying your core fan base of people who have grown up with these actors and then totally replacing them, getting a new cast, doing away with it. It does feel so crazy to me that they're considering doing that. And I reference the Luke Skywalker thing because I think it's a great example. If they don't reboot the continuity, then that means that at any time in the future, they could get Daniel Radcliffe to return to the world of Harry Potter. Even if they go down this universe route, you know, you saw Star Wars Episode 7, 8, and 9, the sequel trilogy. They were focused on new characters, but the legacy characters popped into those movies. Luke was there, Han Solo was there, Leia was there. They were all there. But if you reboot the Harry Potter franchise, you lose that power. And that is a very powerful thing. As I explained at the start of the video, nostalgia is so powerful. Callbacks, Easter eggs, they're so powerful in pop culture right now. And it just feels stupid to me. Not to mention all of the issues around structuring 2, 3, 4 seasons of a show around kid actors. I think they kind of got away with it in the movies because they were carried by such incredible adult talent. But really, the kids would have to be the focus not just of a 2-hour movie, but of, you know, maybe a 10-episode, 45-minute show. That's a lot of time. And then the other thing is, basing 1 season each on a book is good in theory, but I think the other problem is that some of the books are significantly longer than the others and might need much more time to flesh out. You know, Order of the Phoenix is a very long book, and you'd think that that series would have to be twice as long as, say, The Philosopher's Stone, which is quite a short book. So either way, I feel like we're going to be compromising content from the books, and it's not going to be this, fully fleshed out adaptation of the books that people want it to be. Plus, you'd probably be locking kids into a contract for like 10 years, which is really weird because the best part about the Harry Potter movies was the consistency of the cast. They didn't recast any of the main characters aside from Dumbledore, but that was due to a death. I feel like they'd have to keep that consistency. It would be so weird if like Malfoy just changed actors midway through because the kid decided he didn't want to do it anymore or something like that, which I suppose was always a risk with the originals, but pulling that again would be really, really tough. Overall, I'd love to see more Harry Potter content. I would love to see a TV series. Maybe the best way to do it would be like an animated series, because that way you're using voice actors so you don't have to worry as much about production timelines and the characters aging out of their roles too quickly. I've always actually wanted to see a Harry Potter anime, and there are some amazing fan arts online of what it could look like. But I am really cautious about this idea of rebooting the whole continuity. I think it's a huge risk. I think marketing-wise it's a nightmare, and I think it's doing a disservice to the value financially of the legacy characters. And after the success of Hogwarts Legacy, I think there's definitely room for the Harry Potter franchise to grow, expand, and build out a universe. And maybe in 10 years, in 5 years, then Rupert Grint reappears in one as Ron, or Daniel Radcliffe comes back, or the whole trio comes back, or, any of those actors come back and appear for the nostalgia. I don't think this show is as greenlit as people think it is. I think it's a great idea. I think there's no way it hasn't been discussed and it hasn't been talked about, but whether it's going to work and whether it's the best choice for the franchise, I'm not 100% sure. But absolutely it has been discussed. There's no way it wouldn't be discussed. But those are my thoughts. What do you think about the series? Do you think it's time to just get a new Harry Potter cast? Do you think we should do away with the old cast, recast it, spend another 10 years building it up, and then hopefully have a new Harry Potter universe in the future? Let me know what you think. It's definitely a weird situation for the franchise, but I'm really keen to know thoughts. Also, subscribe to my channel, check out some of my other videos, and give this video a thumbs up. See you later. This podcast was a Radio Mike original production. Head to radiomike.com.au to check out all our other content, stay up to date at radio.mike on Instagram, and get in touch, radiomikepod@gmail.com.